Hello, my YouTube family. This is the OG Crypto Ninja coming at you with some juicy news. But before I begin, let me say I'm not a financial advisor. Anything you see or hear in this video is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be considered as financial advice. Remember to do your own research and consult with a qualified professional before making investment decisions. Okay, we're going to begin looking at the total crypto market cap, and it is coming in at 1.24 trillion. It is down 0.1%. Coming in at number one is Bitcoin at 29,899. Coming in at number two is Ethereum, 1,901. And our beloved XRP is coming in at number four at 76 cents. Okay, taking a look at crypto bubbles, looks like the top gainer is Sui at 8.9%. And 1 inch is the biggest loser, down 12.7%. The fear and greed index is coming in greed at 56. And we're going to start with this video with whale chart. Put this tweet out. SEC Chair Gensler speaks about Ripple XRP ruling for the first time since last week's ruling. Let me play the video.
You won't be surprised. There's a lot of interest in cryptocurrency today.
Really?
Yes.
And is this from ChatGPT?
No, everything is from humans now. How does the federal court ruling last week in the Ripple case impact your stance toward digital asset regulation? Does it inject urgency into the need for federal legislation to clarify regulatory oversight of this industry?
Look, our mission remains exactly what I spoke about earlier, about investor protection, promoting capital formation, and the markets in the middle. This is a recent decision just a handful of days ago. We were pleased from that decision, recognizing the importance of protecting investors, on the institutional investors in that, and that the court movement with regard to fair notice. And while disappointed on what they said about retail investors, we're still looking at it and assessing that opinion.
Of course.
Well, if they won and everything's great, why do they need to look at and assess? If either you won or you didn't. Obviously, he knows you lost, and you just can't say it. Okay, moving on. This is from Jack the Rippler. He put out, Brad Garlinghouse, this is a win for Ripple. It's also a win for the entire crypto industry. Let me play the video.
In some ways, it's ironic. You know, the mission statement of the United States Securities and Exchange Commission is to protect investors. They went after Ripple, suggesting that, you know, all kinds of things, everything we were doing was selling an unregistered security. And the judge really very clearly said, sales through exchanges, not a security. When it's used for compensation, not a security. When it's used for incentives around the overall XRP ecosystem, not a security. So, you know, we have already moved a lot of our activity, and frankly, 95% of our customers are non-US. So a lot of our activity has been outside the US jurisdiction because that's where our customer demand is. But I think that's where the US is losing. And I think what the SEC has been trying to do is to put power and politics over what is really just sound policy and providing clear rules of the road such that entrepreneurs and investors can participate in this amazing new market around crypto and blockchain technologies.
So this is still a legal process playing out. I think people watching, you know, an SEC appeal process, what that looks like. What does it mean for your company and in your business in the interim?
Look, as a matter of law, the law of the land right now is that XRP is not a security. And until there is an opportunity for the SEC to file an appeal, which would take years, and frankly, we're very optimistic. If they were to file an appeal, we think that only further solidifies the decision this judge made. Because, look, as a matter of law, as a matter of the facts, and really as a matter of looking back in the history here, for the SEC, really it's overreach to suggest, as the chair has said many times, that basically everything in the crypto space is a security. Well, we now have a judge very clearly saying that is just not true, and very clearly saying XRP is not a security on exchanges and all these different use cases, which I think helps the whole industry for sure. So this is a win for Ripple. It's also a win for the entire crypto industry, and I think that's why you saw the crypto industry react so positively over the last 24 hours.
Exactly. What a true gentleman. Okay, moving on. Shout out to Rosie Rios. She responded to Brad Garlinghouse's tweet, where she wrote, "Who is on the train now? Incredible work by the entire Ripple team." And I 100% agree with that. And that question, who's on the train? I don't know, but I know who's not on the train. And I'll tell you in a minute. This is Chloe XRP. Today, I'm starting my new Clown of the Year awards. This year, 2023, we're going to announce our winner early, as I do not believe he can be beaten. So without further ado, our winner is Charles Gasparino. This clown right here. This clown, I'm positive, is not on the train. And moving on from there, Brian Garlinghouse actually responds to him and says, "Charlie, happy to come into the studio anytime to discuss the facts. Any attempt by the SEC to paint this as some sort of split victory is pathetic. They lost on everything that matters, as many lawyers have noted, not just Ripple's." And he goes on to say down here, to your question here about potential penalties, that's up to the court to decide, not the SEC. You very well know this case was never about fines or penalties. It was about establishing the non-security status of XRP. We won, they lost. And that is what you call a mic drop moment. Shabam. So here you go. Just like the SEC, Charlie, you lost the bet. Take that L, just like the SEC took that L, and pay John Dean his steak dinner that you owe him. Okay, moving on. This is Gary Gensler needs another smackdown. Let me play this video. The sound will be off, but bam! That's exactly what just happened to the SEC case. Okay, moving on. Watcher Guru, he put out a nice little list of a weekly recap. Number one, U.S. Judge Torres rules Ripple XRP is not a security. Number two, U.S. inflation falls to 3%, lower than expectations. Number three, Europe to launch first spot Bitcoin ETF this month. Number four, former SEC chairman says spot Bitcoin ETF should be approved. Number five, Coinbase relists XRP. Number six, 9 trillion asset manager BlackRock CEO says crypto will transcend international currencies due to global demand. Number seven, SEC acknowledges BlackRock spot Bitcoin ETF application. Number eight, SEC acknowledges Fidelity, VanEck, WisdomTree, and Invesco spot Bitcoin ETFs applications. Number nine, Bank of America ordered to pay $250 million for charging illegal fees and opening credit card accounts without customer consent. Number 10, Australian Securities Exchange receives its first spot Bitcoin ETF application. That's a nice little recap. And shout out to Jimmy Valley. What does the ruling in the SEC versus Ripple case mean for retail holders of XRP? This is excitement in the community after the news broke yesterday. However, there is a key element that has not been widely discussed. I'm not going to go into this thread, but if you want to look it up, just follow Jimmy Valley and you can go through this chart. Okay, moving on. Shout out to Linda P. Jones. She retweets a tweet from Chad Steingraber. Remember this? Guess what they were all waiting for? The wait is over. And as you can see from this depiction, the common denominator in all this is Ripple. So you got Accenture, CME, Santander, BlackRock, PNC Bank, HSBC, Temenos, MoneyGram, Ventures, SBI, Mitsui, Vanguard, American Express. The wait is over. Okay, moving on. Shout out to Elena Teresh. She writes, Judge Sarah Nepper orders both Ripple and the SEC Gov to agree on 3 mutually convenient dates to schedule a settlement conference if they believe it to be productive at this time. Also recommends scheduling 6 to 8 weeks beforehand due to the court's busy schedule. And shout out to Cowboy Crypto on that same note. The above entitled action referred to the Honorable Sarah NETBURN for the following purposes. And here are the 2 boxes that are checked off. One is for general pretrial, which includes scheduling, discovery, non-disputed pretrial motions, and settlement. And this box is just settlement. But just to be clear, this doesn't mean that a settlement is going to happen. Both parties have the right to agree to a settlement. Either party does not agree. There is no settlement. This is just an option that they both have. It's just customary. This happens all the time. So this does not mean, I want to repeat, this does not mean that a settlement is going to be had after the verdict. It's just something that is an option to both parties if they both can mutually agree on something where they can both agree to the other side's demands. Okay, moving on. Shout out to Ripple. They put this thing out with an instant settlement, 24/7, 365 availability, and excellent transparency through the payment process. Crypto can be a powerful tool for global business. Let's play the video. This is Aaron Sears from Ripple.
I'm known for being fairly verbose, so we'll see. Hi, my name's Aaron Sears, and this is Crypto in a Minute. Okay, so you've got Aaron's sneaker business, and I've got 5 foreign subsidiaries. I've got rubber processing plants in Thailand. I've got leather sourcing happening in Morocco. I need to make payroll in those facilities, and I need to pay suppliers. So today, I'm subject to international wires that can take 3 to 5 days to settle. To be able to send those wires in the first place, I've got to be mindful of wire cutoff times, bank holidays, and so forth. And I'm dealing with an opaque system, so the status of my payment is really unknown during its entire journey. Move over to the world of crypto, and I've got instant settlement. I have 24/7, 365 availability, and I've got excellent transparency, so I know the status of that payment at any point in time. So it's very clear that crypto is a powerful tool to help me run my business and keep my employees and suppliers paid around the world.
Good job, Aaron Sears. Moving on. Okay, we have XRP News Crypto. Make your own decision. XRP is a standard. SBI CEO, every bank in Japan will use Ripple's XRP by 2025. And he just put a picture over here to show the difference. We have BTC in El Salvador and XRP in Japan. And not surprisingly, by the looking of these 2 images, I think I'm going to go with XRP. Okay, moving on. Shout out to Vandell from Black Swan Capitalist. This is how they tell you without telling you, hidden in plain sight. And this is a image from Fox News, the Fed looking into possible digital US dollar. And what do we have here? Exactly. Okay, moving on. Shout out to Digital's Perspective and Mr. Intuitive. Well, they write, if you come at the XRP army, you best not miss. Absolutely 100% agree with that. And the SEC, they missed. And that's why, shout out to Actual Desert Investor. He wrote, the only digital asset with legal regulatory clarity. That's thankfully to the miss. Yes, it took the big L that they took last Thursday. Moving on. Mr. Man, stablecoin clarity before clarity exists. Over here in section 13, clarifying that payment stablecoins are not securities. And we are, I'm first time ever, I'm actually believing we're actually going to get regulation coming soon. Okay, moving on. Speaking of regulation, this is Rep. Richie Torres, where he writes a letter to Gary Gensler. Needless to say, regulating digital assets to enforcement only had a dreadful day in court last week. In the wake of the resounding decision out of the SDNY Ripple case, SEC must reassess its continued assault on the crypto industry. My letter to Chair Gensler. Have a read on it. It's a very good letter. And thank you very much to Rep. Richard Torres. He is one of the people in Congress that we can count on to be on the crypto side. Okay, moving on. Shout out to Derek B. Purcell. He put this thing out. Oh my effing G, this is bullish. AF, we love you, Brian Brooks. Brian Brooks recently became the newest board member of the HBAR Foundation. They got themselves a good pickup there. Okay, moving on. Here, this is Anders. After watching Jeremy's video on the ruling, I'm convinced Torres is a hero. She ruled in a way that makes it really hard for the SEC to have any successful appeal. Okay, moving on, the crypto sniper. Get ready, XRP. Let me play this video.
Let's go to the XRP. Remember, friends, this is the first little move that's going to make you a very happy boy. We've been calling XRP consistently, and this is the move. That's $16.75 with that stop loss on this tiny little fractal. It looks tiny from up top there. That tiny little fractal is going to be your break and entry into a far bigger one that is giving you a risk reward of 683. The beginning of a journey of a third high. Go and look at those YouTube. So many people are after timers. We said we need a third high that will run $1.10 before it eases a wee bit. That is going to set you up for life, potentially, if you know how to play it right. This is a bull market. The alts are coming. We need a third high out of this guy. It still go higher.
There you go. Here we go. Moving on. Shout out to Ian Binns. India makes huge announcement on BRICS currency. It says on the formation of the upcoming BRICS currency that aims to challenge the US dollar. Okay, moving on. It says here, watch your guru. Justin, SEC acknowledges Fidelity, VanEck, WisdomTree, and Invesco Spot Bitcoin ETF applications. Okay, shout out to Michael Branch. He put out in a stunning revelation. Castle Island Ventures partner Matt Walsh has exposed via Twitter how the SEC is preventing U.S. banks from holding Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies through an obscure accounting rule that was quietly introduced. And this is actually very, very disturbing. Here, this accounting treatment would be in conflict with every other asset that custodians safekeep. It makes zero sense. Already, the consequences of SAB 121 are being felt by major financial institutions. Bank of New York Mellon, BNY, in their comment letter to SEC express how SAB 121 renders their crypto business non-viable, despite being widely recognized as the most trusted custodian in the world. They posed a critical question. This is very disturbing, very disturbing. Why is the SEC decapitating Bank of New York's crypto custody business? Anchorage, in their comment letter, pointed out that SAB 121 appears to be blocking BNY's custody offering from even getting off the ground. It is evident that the SEC's rule is impeding the growth of reputable and regulated firms, preventing them from providing much needed services within the crypto market. The outcry against SAB 121 extends beyond the industry. Senator Cynthia Lummis and Congressman Patrick McHenry have demanded answers, emphasizing in a letter that this guidance would stifle banks and credit unions from offering Bitcoin and crypto custody services. Even within the SEC itself, Commissioner Hester Pierce publicly expressed her disagreement with the guidance. Gary Gensler and Elizabeth Warren are deliberately trying to destroy the crypto industry in this country. He needs to go, and she needs to lose her re-election bid, and she needs to get out of Congress because she is pro-bank and anti-crypto. Okay, moving on. And here is XRP Riz. She says, shout out to Judge NETBURN and Torres for being faithful allegiance to the law. And in my humble opinion, these two judges are the two heroes in this case. And I know there were a lot of heroes, but if I got to single out two people, I got to go with the judges because we could have got unlucky and got a judge like in the library case that did not understand Web3, blockchain technology, the real world use cases that some crypto have compared to others. And they understood perfectly well and dove deep into how things work. And they came out with a clear and concise decision. So Sarah, Judge NETBURN, and Annalisa Torres, these two judges, in my opinion, are the true heroes in this case. And thank heavens that they were the judges assigned to this case. Well, okay, fam, that's going to do it for today's video. If you found this video to be helpful, would you please smash the like and subscribe? I would really appreciate it, and it doesn't cost you anything. Thank you very much in advance. And the words of Snoop Dogg, keep your mind on your money and your money on your mind. Peace out, fam.